USC and Arizona square off in a Pac-12 matchup. Chuck Edel has an opinion on the total. 65.5 we're looking at. Chuck, tell us what you like.
I'm going over here. You know, I think there's so many angles in this game that I really like the over. In fact, USC in the Pac-12 has not really played a good offense. If you look and see who they've played, Stanford, 79th in the country. California, 71st offense in the country. Utah, 117th. Washington, 105th. Colorado, 104th best offenses. They've played nobody. Now Arizona comes into this game with the 5th best offense in all of football. Just played a good defense to Stanford, 54-48. Also tells you they can't stop anybody. But Stanford put up the 54. They haven't been able to score a lot of points either. Their defense, very bad. USC here should be able to take advantage with all their weapons that they have. The wide receiver, running the ball, Barkley. They'll score some points, but I don't think that they're going to be able to stop this Arizona offense. You're talking about this kid Scott, the quarterback, doing a great job. They're playing very fast under that Rich Rod spread offense. They're getting a lot of plays in as well. They're not doing a lot of huddling.
Yeah, Rich Rod always a lot of plays, fast offense, always put up some points. VR.
They're confident against USC as well. That's why I lean to the Arizona side. I'm hoping this line goes back up as far as the side goes because it opened 8.5. It's all the way down through that key number of 7 down to 6.5. And knowing the public money is going to come in on USC, you know that sharp money, wise guy money all over Arizona. And it makes sense to me. If you look at the series here, Arizona's covered this series 6 of the last 7 times. And I try to learn something from the guys around me that I respect and I know their stuff. And I'm going to use one of your angles. If you look at this Arizona team, they got 34 kids on that roster from California. You have Woods, who's from the LA area. So it makes sense to me that they've covered against USC, that they play hard against them because they've got a chip on their shoulder, the old chip on their shoulder, like you said with La Tech.
Yes.
Because this is the team that they wanted to play for. I mean, Woods wanted to be a quarterback for USC, and now he gets his chance to go up against a guy that they're talking for the possible Heisman. So I agree with your angle as well with the over because I do think this is going to be a shootout, and I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona's right there at the end, whoever has the ball last. Because on the road, USC has not done well ATS. They have not covered yet. They're 0-4 ATS.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit overrated, Chris. In fact, how about those offenses that I mentioned, how bad the offenses are that they played? USC still 58th in the country against the pass against those offenses. Now we're going to see Arizona, who loves to throw the ball, and they can run it too, but they'll move the ball on USC here.
Another offense that we're going to talk about in a later video that I have in my notes is Syracuse. Put up 29 points on them. I mean, Syracuse not exactly an offensive juggernaut.
Especially then, too, when they played early in the season.
And
second
bad
game of the season.
Yeah. There was some rain in that game as well.
So I think USC definitely has some defensive deficiencies. And just Arizona, they just like to play fast. Just listen, it's a big total, 65.5. But we've seen them come a lot higher than this.
And national title picture now, people talking USC, they're going to want style points.
It's going to come down to that Oregon game in a couple of weeks if they could do it. But Arizona's last 3 games, Chris, 73 points were scored in the Oregon State game, 102 in the Stanford game. Of course, last week, 69 in the Washington game, but they were responsible for 52 of those points. And Washington, we know offensively not that good, but defensively they're a pretty good team. They put up a lot of points in that game as well. This is going to be a good shootout.
Okay, we talked about it. Let's go ahead and make it official.
I like the over. USC, Arizona should be a high-paced, fast game here. USC 58th in the league against some very weak offenses. Meanwhile, Arizona, 5th best offense in football here, playing very fast there with that new spread offense of Rich Rodriguez here. I like this game to go over the total.
You think as a bookmaker you should bet it right away? Public's going to go. They're not going to go under on this game, right? With the points Arizona's put up.
Actually, it's moved up a couple points.
Yeah, this looks like one of those games that could keep climbing. If I jump on it early.
And I'll tell you, over the course of years, I saw a lot of the wise guys would bet under some of the highest totals.
Yeah, blindly, knowing it's that sort of value.
They're not doing that so much anymore.
No. Before it was an automatic. When you saw 70, you didn't even. It didn't matter what teams were playing. 70, you went under. You thought it was a plus EV bet. Long term, you're going to make money. Not no more, my friend.
Has changed.
Just like the NFL with the 50s. It ain't automatic anymore.
The football has changed. Old guys like me remember when 14-13 was a score. Okay, coming up next, we're going to talk about Syracuse, who I just mentioned in this video. Syracuse against South Florida. That's going to be a free pick from Chuck Edel. Thanks for watching, and you can see all our videos at pregame.tv.
Chris is like